Hey, I'm Nick.
And I'm Allie.
And this is the But Have You Tried bookshelf from the David A. Howe Public Library. How you doing over there?
You know, okay.
Why? Is it just the bleak fall? Why? We're so
I
down.
think that's part of it. I definitely think.
I don't know
Well,
what's
it's like
happening.
I like the like pretty aestheticness of the
Yeah.
fall weather, but like I am basically a plant.
Yeah.
So like it's like both affects me positively and negatively. Like I woke up this morning and I was like, ooh, rain. But I was also like, but I know that now the like sunbeams aren't penetrating into my little eyeballs.
Yeah.
And this will negatively impact me in ways I don't even fully understand.
I hear you. I feel like I just need pizza, and then I need to go buy books that I won't read for a couple of years.
That's
Maybe some
perfect.
records. I don't know. But, all right. We got it. Just like the last time that we were in a funk, we just got to rally and talk about the things that we're reading and watching.
The good
and all
news,
that.
though,
Oh, okay.
I am actually in this moment warm.
Hey.
That's pretty
Well,
amazing, right?
I did plug in a space heater under this table 20 minutes before you walked in this room, just to
You knew
just
I
to
was
help.
coming.
Yeah, I did. And
I
so-
am also wearing fleece base layers that are rated for skiing.
skiing. Yeah.
So that's doing something
Look,
for sure.
it's a historic building. Okay, it wasn't built for these times, and apparently neither was I. All right,
man.
let's. You know, we always starts with movies, and I'm sick of it. So let's
Not
start
talk
with
about it.
shows.
Okay.
Have you been watching any shows?
Pretty much
Usually
the
your week.
usual ones,
Okay, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I do.
Still making our way through the first season of The Mandalorian,
Mhm.
which is an enjoyable rewatch.
Well, that's like 8 episodes. And
Yeah.
you've been talking about this for
Well, it's like
months.
it hasn't. I don't think it's been months.
Well-
I hope it hasn't
well,
been months. My sense
A
of
month,
time is
a
gone.
month,
But
let's say.
well, it's like it's like we only watch a couple episodes every Friday, and it's not always every Friday because sometimes something else
I
comes
see.
up, or
I
like
see.
someone else picks a different
Sure.
movie or whatever.
Yep.
Finished rewatching the second season of Wednesday with some friends.
Hey.
It was good. I
Okay.
enjoyed watching it again.
All right.
There were some things that I was a little bit more like about the second time through.
Yeah. That happens. We rewatched, well, my wife had never seen it before because she doesn't like Beetlejuice. And I don't know why I bet she'd like Beetlejuice, but I did think that somewhere in my mind. And we watched it. I liked it less, and she hated it. I think maybe that's why I liked it less this time.
That's
But
fair.
I don't know. I still don't know how you feel about it. It is kind of grotesque. So,
Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't know, like when Beetlejuice was coming out, I like saw some whatever, like promo stuff.
yeah.
And I was like, that looks kind of fun. And I was also like, but that might be a bad idea for me.
I don't think it would be. It's not scary. It's
Well,
kind of gross sometimes.
But that's the thing. Like,
Okay.
it doesn't have to be scary if it's gross.
Okay.
It's still...
All right. So we both rewatched some Jenna Ortega with diminishing returns. So it happens sometimes. All right. Wednesday and Mandalorian, that's all. What
Yeah.
happened to The Good Place? Is that still happening?
Well, we got stalled out because I don't remember why. We had to watch something else or
Okay.
something. Maybe like a movie for this podcast, probably.
I see. Sure. That happens.
And then...
Hocus Pocus?
like
Kendra?
Hocus Pocus, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think
Ruined my
it
Halloween
went off
movie.
Netflix, so we were planning to get the discs, but we just haven't gotten around to it.
We have them here.
I
At
know.
the David A. Howe Public Library.
I know. Caleb was like, "We better hurry up and watch this," and I was like, "We don't have to
Yeah.
because libraries."
It's a great thing about libraries, everybody.
It is a great thing.
All right. Well, I have also been watching my Ted Danson show, and that is Bored to Death with him and Jason Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis. And we just finished season 2, and it's still good.
I think Zach Galifianakis is a really funny name.
Yeah. Do you not know who Zach Galifianakis
No,
is?
I do
Oh,
actually
you do. You
because
just like
he's
it.
in Only Murders in the Building as himself,
Oh, okay.
which is kind of fun.
All right.
But it's just a fun name to me.
yeah, you're right.
There's just a lot of syllables going
I can't
on.
argue. I mean, K's are funny. That's one of those.
K's are
It's like
funny.
a scientific proven fact.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. Anyway, it's good, and there's only one more season, and they're pretty short seasons, and I'll be sad to see it go. And I feel like when you do eventually finish The Good Place, you just roll right into Bored
Okay.
to Death.
All right. I'll keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
Yeah. I also started a show on Canopy, the library streaming app, everybody.
Woo!
Woo! It's called 6-4, and it is a crime thriller. It's set in Glasgow, and it's about a cop whose daughter is missing, and he starts looking into another case about a guy with a missing daughter, and it feels, I'm not that far into it, but it feels like we're maybe pulling the threads of some sort of conspiracy. So
Interesting.
we're off to a good start. And then, so my wife and I have been watching the Magnum PI reboot, which we have on DVD here at the library. And it crosses over a lot with other show, like with the MacGyver reboot and the Hawaii Five-0. And we've been really enjoying it. So I was like, maybe we should check out Hawaii Five-0. So we've been watching that, and there's like 11 seasons of that.
Oh my gosh, that'll keep you busy for a while.
Like Magnum PI, it's just a low level, like decent mysteries, pretty good characters, and very like throwback network television.
Okay,
it's just like kind of like in the same way that Leverage was back in the day. It's like you got the characters that you like. Here's the hijinks for this week, and so on.
That makes sense.
Something very comfort food about that, and it's got a killer theme song. So they both do.
That's always good.
Yeah,
I love a killer.
Do you know
song.
the Hawaii Five-0 theme song? You would. I feel like
I might recognize
even
it.
you would hear it and know it. All right. Let's talk about books.
Okay, I got a few books. I haven't.
I'm sorry. I took a drink just as you did that little accent, and it really threw me. But okay, you haven't.
I haven't been reading as many books because I am working on Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. Just today, I hit the 50% of the way through mark, which means I still have like 20 to 30 hours
pages
left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I have squeaked in a few other things. I read All Paths Lead to Paris, which is just like a cutesy YA rom-com. It's kind of the second in a series by this author. I read just like a random one of hers. It's whatever. I think it's like All Roads Lead to Rome was the first one. Last year, I think I was like trying to meet my Goodreads goal on time, and it was just like available on Libby. And I was like, what the heck? And it was kind of fun. So when I saw this one was coming out, I was like, sure, we'll do that.
Okay.
I reread Northanger Abbey. I can't remember if we talked about this last time or not.
I don't think so. That was the first Jane Austen book I read.
That is a funny first Jane Austen book to read.
Yeah, we were doing I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a winter book club where we read a bunch of Jane Austen, and then the next winter we read a bunch of Leanne Moriarty, and for some reason that was just the one that we started with. I don't know.
It's a weird pull.
You have to sort of get the references to get that book, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind
of I feel like most of us have encountered things that are inspired by the same things to the point that you would... You know what I mean? Like, even if you haven't read, like, Mysteries of Udolpho or, like, a bunch of Anne Radcliffe, you probably still, like, have a concept of, like, whatever, girls walking around in Victorian halls in their night dress with a candle that's flickering out and stuff like that, It's unusual in that it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. And it doesn't really feel like that. That feels like a much more modern thing. So it's kind of... It's a
not
very...
off-putting, but it's like, what am I reading?
And it feels so different from the other Austens. Like... The main character and the way that she thinks and like how she acts just feels very different from most of the other heroines. Gotcha. But I reread it and it was hilarious and I had a great time.
Okay.
I think it was the first time I ever have reread it.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did we cover everything?
Let's see. Oh, I also just started reading a book called The Hazelbourne Ladies Motorcycle and Flying Club by Helen Simonson.
Okay.
This is one
Great
that Caleb
title.
just like saw on a free shelf and was like, that looks like something my wife would like.
Yeah.
And he brought it home for me and I started it and so far I like it.
Yeah.
So
speaking of husbands and wives, you just had a wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary.
True. Thank you.
Yeah.
3 whole years.
Wow.
I know.
This is our 19th wedding anniversary is coming. It's not a competition because
no.
I'm winning. But yeah. Wedding anniversaries in the air. Let's see. What have I been reading? Well, I was still kind of hanging on to some Halloween reading that I'm still finishing up. So I'm reading one called The Haunting of Room 904 by Erica D. Worth. She's an Indigenous author, and it deals with... It's like a historical... Okay, there's 2 portions of it. There's an actual historical massacre of Indigenous people that is sort of the launching off point for this novel.
Okay.
So...
Bleak?
It is, yeah, because it's throwing back to that, and then it's jumping to the future, and she's like a paranormal investigator. So it's like it's juggling a lot of tones, and I feel like it's doing it okay. Like it took me a while to get into it because it starts with a series of little cases that she's on, and they're interesting, but it's like, okay, well, where's the plot? Like, what's the main plot? And then you kind of slowly stumble your way into like, oh, this is what it's about. So it's an unusually written book. I haven't finished it yet, and it really is reliant on, like, it's got to stick the landing. So I don't know if it's good or bad yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see when this all wraps up. I'm also reading one called What Price Honor, which is a Star Trek Enterprise book. And I don't have a ton of, like, familiarity or affection for the Enterprise show, but I got a bunch of these books at the Goodwill or something like that. So I've been sort of reading them, and it's been fun to revisit. This one is sort of cringy in its sexism. Like it starts early on with the captain, like this this ensign transfers on from another ship, and she's very stern, and the captain in their first meeting basically tells her to smile more, and I was like, oh,
Ugh.
no. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, if you can put that aside,
Right.
The plot itself is good, but that's it's pretty ick. I would never recommend it.
Oof.
And then I finished one called Valediction, which is by Robert B. Parker. It's a Spencer series, and I don't know, I didn't like it. Spencer has a really tight group of supporting players. It's him, it's Susan Silverman. She's a psychologist who works at the university, and they start this intense relationship. And then it's Hawk, who is like kind of the muscle in his little PI firm. And in this one, Susan gets a job and goes away, and they sort of break up, which would be interesting because it's a real shift to the status quo. But they give Spencer and Susan steady, like, boyfriend-girlfriends right away. And so
That's
there's
weird.
really no... I don't know. It was odd. It just... like
It feels like that's something you'd want to, like really get into the meat of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I thought that was a weird thing to have. It almost made the mystery that he was on. I was kind of like, yeah, but what's going on with this relationship?
Right.
So it was a little off balance. I didn't particularly like it, but it happens sometimes. And I also read a lot of comic books, including Dune, Tales from Arakan by Brian Herbert, and it was pretty good.
Nice.
I like the Dune world, and I found this at a thrift store, and I was like, all right, let's roll the dice.
I keep thinking maybe I'll read Dune, and then I'm like, but do I want to do that?
I mean, geez, you're 6,000 pages into the world of Brandon Sanderson. I think you could stomach Dune.
But I don't know. This is like.
I don't either.
This is
I be nervous. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. Brandon Sanderson is good.
Oh.
And I just
Okay.
don't know if Dune is as good.
I read that first book, and there was a lot of people sitting around tables and chatting. So I
Well-
think you're right. Dune is a little impenetrable. I think that's a fair assessment. The characters and the actual story is much better than the actual writing. So that's a fair criticism.
That is something I struggle with,
Yeah.
have to admit.
Yeah. Well, okay. Then maybe you
We'll
wouldn't
see.
like it.
I don't know.
Who
Maybe I'll
knows?
try it someday when I'm feeling like
Maybe I'll
up
force
for
you
a
to.
challenge. Maybe you'll force me
with
to.
this podcast.
It could
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, it could. I don't know. I guess that's everything for books. Are you reading any webtoons lately?
Not really. A bunch of the webtoons
Falling
I
off.
was reading either ended or went on break. I actually need to check and see if there's like an estimated date for when a couple of them are coming back.
Okay.
It makes me sad when they go on break, even though I'm like, I know that the author probably really needs
Has a life to
break,
live, sure.
has a life to live, and is just dropping, full color illustration,
Yeah.
On a weekly basis.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't imagine doing that. So who am I to judge?
True. Yeah. I don't think I'm hip enough to be reading anything that I'm waiting for new ones to come out. I just stumble on ones that I like, and then there's already a million of them ready. So
That's nice.
you're cutting edge, though. You're
Well,
today. You're hip. You're now.
I don't know. I mean, there are
I
plenty
don't
that I've
either.
read that are old ones, and sometimes I'll go back and reread them. But also, I don't remember exactly when this happened. I think it was sometime in the last 3-ish years.
Okay.
Webtoon did this thing where they were like, hey, these old classic Webtoon series that you love that are completed? We're going to make it so that if you want to binge read them,
No.
you have to pay money.
Paywall.
So it's you can read 3 episodes per day, or it's you can read 1, and then you have 2, you can watch 2 ads to read 2 more or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
And if you want to read more than that until the next day, you have to pay money.
I don't like any of this stuff.
And
that
they
you're
framed
saying.
this as wow, this is amazing. We're making it so you can still, and it's we could have reread those
Right.
episodes. The
Yeah.
whole time we were able to do that
Yeah.
at our own pace.
You've created a problem and then solved it.
Yeah, exactly. So I find that annoying, but
Yeah, that is annoying.
whatever.
I don't blame you. Let's move on to movies. What are your films?
Well, I haven't watched a lot of films,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
we did rewatch the new Superman movie.
Oh yes, we were talking about this last time.
Yes,
Whenever that was, Hocus Pocus. I put it right
Hocus
out of my mind.
Pocus.
Did you see that? I just
Yeah.
totally
You just
it flew away.
blocked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it held up to a rewatch.
Okay.
It was a good time.
I should. One of these days, I should rewatch it.
Yeah, well, I feel like, it's not bad to give it a little space.
Yeah, I'm not I will never rewatch it. It just hasn't come up yet. So, I'm glad you liked it. What else? What else you got?
I also rewatched When Harry Met Sally.
Oh. I mean, there's no bad time to rewatch
I
When Harry
know.
Met Sally.
Well, it's I don't know. It's I was feeling the fall vibes, and it was Saturday, I think. And I was I kind of just want to whatever, work on my Halloween costume and watch When Harry Met Sally. And so we'd already closed, but I snuck in and I got the disc.
Yeah.
And I watched some of it, and then like we had to go play D&D, so then I finished it.
Yeah.
But it was good. It's always funny.
It's a great movie.
It's always enjoyable. The soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
There's so many immensely
There's a lot of Harry
quotable
Connick
lines.
Jr. and stuff. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Yep, pecan pie. The whole cast. I mean, Billy Crystal's so good. Their
I know.
chemistry's good. It's a great Carrie Fisher role.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
kind of
like,
a funny Carrie Fisher role.
Yeah, those two friends I think are really funny. Yeah. I mean, I sort of think of that as like, because it culminates on New Year's, so I sort of in my mind have that as like a fall or maybe more like a New Year's Eve kind of movie. So same like how You've Got Mail is just a Christmas movie in my mind, even though there's one Christmas sequence.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a Christmas movie, but it's like not so much a Christmas movie that you can't watch it at other times.
Yeah.
I feel like that one also has some fall vibes going on too.
No,
it's like
you're right. I can't fault your
time
logic.
passing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times that you can watch it.
Yeah,
And
that's a good point.
Good.
You give me a lot to think about. On the topic of rewatch, we rewatched The Truman Show. Have you seen The Truman Show with Jim Carrey?
I have always meant to, and I never have.
I think you should. Now is a good time for it. It was really interesting because I don't know when this came out. I feel like I was in high school. It must have been late 90s. And... we were not in that world. We were not in this world where people are constantly like filming themselves and putting it out there. It was such the concept of that, like the invasiveness of him constantly being on display, and sort of a puppet of this world was so foreign. And to watch it now, which I don't know that I've seen it in 20 years, was really interesting to watch it from the perspective of the lives we all live now. And I was watching this with my son because we've been watching the Jim Carrey comedies, and I was like, we got to dip into one that's not so much a comedy.
Right.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not a comedy. And he really liked it. So it was, I would say it definitely holds up. So I
Nice.
think you should watch it. How do you feel about Jim Carrey overall?
I have not seen that many Jim Carrey things.
Okay.
The ones I've seen were good.
Okay. You have seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, right?
Yes.
'Cause that was what I wanted to do on this podcast, but you're like, I've already seen it.
Yeah.
That and Back to the Future really ticked me off. I mean, good for you, but
sorry,
geez.
dude. I did rewatch Back to the Future recently, and it did hold up.
It does. I mean, it's a perfect trilogy. I don't know what else to say.
I'm very impressed because I feel like a lot of movies from that time period, I watch them and I'm like, I enjoy
Pacing.
them. But yeah, like
Slow.
pacing, or like there's just like certain things that I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But I feel like Back to the Future, I mean, like there's just like some moments that are very uncomfortable because of like whatever, violating women's autonomy and stuff.
Yes.
But like they're meant to be uncomfortable, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like, I don't know. I'm impressed by how well it holds up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. The animated series is terrible. So if you're ever going to verge into that,
Well, that's
I wouldn't
good to
recommend
know.
it. I watched a couple other weird things. Okay, we did a little trip, and I brought some random movies with us, including one that I just picked up at like a sale or something. It was called The Trouble with Girls. It's an Elvis movie, and that's an insane title.
That is an insane title.
It's got nothing to do with this. It's a very... I mean, what Elvis movies did you watch back when we did it?
I watched Viva Las Vegas and...
Change of Habit.
Yeah, that's
right?
the one.
Change of Habit is 1969. It's more of a serious movie, whereas Viva Las Vegas is, that's what Elvis movies are like.
Right.
But Change of Habit is a different kind of thing, and The Trouble with Girls fits in there. The original title of this was The Chautauqua, which is based on the novel of the same name, and it's about this traveling circus that comes into this town, and it deals with some pretty heavy issues. Like one of the locals who they meet, she is like in sort of an abusive relationship with her employer.
Yeesh.
And yeah, it gets a little bit dark from there. And so Elvis plays this very reserved character who is like sort of running this traveling show, and it becomes like he sort of is helping her. And then like one of the women who is in the show with him, like they had some relationship that they never really get into, and then he's promoted. And I don't know, it was just like a very complex movie that dealt with like social issues, and he sings a little bit, but it's not really a musical. It's like he fills in for somebody in one of the shows and everything.
Right.
It's not like he's walking down being like, the fair's so fun. It's not that
Right.
kind of thing. So I really liked it, and my wife loved it, and she's not a huge Elvis movie fan like I am. So yeah, it was good. And I looked up the novel. It's by Day Keane, and it's kind of hard to find, but I found a copy online and I ordered it. So I'm going to read it and see
Wow, nice.
how it compares. So
I'll be curious to hear your report back.
Yeah, it's a cool one, though. Finally, we watched a movie right before Halloween called Things Will Be Different, and it's billed as a horror movie, and it's about this brother and sister who rob a bank, and they go to this house that, like, the theory is they will be like, it's a kind of a time travel thing.
Okay.
And then they like get stuck in this. I don't even know how to explain it. It was so bad. It was like, it was never scary. It was like bad performances and like just like the logical fallacies in this movie. By like, I don't know, 3/4 of the way, I was like, I'm like angry with this movie right now. And then we got to the end and I was like, no, still bad. So
Rough.
made me mad. And Elvis wasn't even in it.
Well,
so
in that case, what's the point?
I know. But that's basically it for me, movie-wise. Yeah. What about in your real life? What's going on?
Real life, just like the crafting, the fall walks, really trying to get into the fall spirit as much as possible.
Yeah,
I would say is
I love
overall
that for you.
The experience.
Yeah, we did this little trip to this Cherry Creek, New York, which I'd never been to before, and it was really like the leaves were really nice, and it was just like very peaceful. It was nice. You'd think I'd be in a better mood after having a nice little getaway, but no, still grumpy. I've been listening to a lot of the Beach Boys. I got this cool double album called Feel Flow, and it's 2 late in the game Beach Boys albums. One's called Sunflower, and one's called Surf's Up, and it's very different from their earlier, like, we have cars and surfboards era. It's a little bit more folky and interesting, and they're pretty highly regarded, I think, like by fans, but they're not very well known, and I had never really sat down and listened to them, so I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's a weird era for the Beach Boys. You listening to anything good?
I've listened to a few kind of folly things. Chet Baker sings. That album is one of my fall favorites.
We talked about this.
We probably did.
I don't remember why, but maybe that was How's Things. But we did talk about this because he's not like a singer. Did I make you listen
to it or whatever? No, not for the most part. But then there's like this one album where he sings, and in my opinion, it's great.
Way back in How's Things when we did all the albums, Volume 3. Okay. And we were sharing some of our favorite albums, and that was one of yours.
That makes sense.
That
does sound like,
all right.
I know. I'm such a little weirdo.
Okay.
I started listening to the When Harry Met Sally soundtrack before I watched it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like it's fall.
A lot of good instrumentals. It's
gotta be in the rotation.
Then, the Harry Connick Jr. stuff is all.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is. I know. You're right. I obviously have to make some cranberry relish. That's non-negotiable.
Very important.
So I have to do this prior to Thanksgiving, and then if it works out, maybe I'll dazzle everybody.
Yeah, maybe.
Bring some homemade cranberry relish. So I'm looking forward to that.
That could happen.
I don't know what I'm going to make you do next. I got to figure that out.
I don't know.
Yeah. Only time will tell. And then it's basically Christmas. So
I know. Oh my gosh. I saw something this morning that was like, there's only however many Fridays. It's like 5 or 6 Fridays, something like that, until Christmas. And I was like, well, that makes me feel really uncomfortable. And I hate this knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
I share your discomfort.
I need to prepare myself emotionally.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to go prepare myself emotionally for this right now as we conclude this episode.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you later.
In 2 weeks.